Hi, Natalie. Hi, Jessie. Great to see you. I love seeing the names. I love seeing who's here and seen a few names coming up a few times. So thank you for joining me over this month. Hey, Natalie, haven't seen you for ages. Um, Now, I don't know about you, but for me, the last few days, I felt incredibly emotional. Hello, whoever's in Facebook, I can't see who you are. I've just, and people I've spoken to, there seems to be a really strong, for lots of people, there's a real sense of, I don't know, just overwhelming emotions and a real mixing pot of emotions. And for me, I think I'd kept myself busy to avoid feeling those things. And then yesterday, it all kind of came to a head. And I did end up going down to the ocean for a moonlit bathe with a friend, and we ended up stripping off and having a skinny dip. So it was the perfect antidote. Although I mean, it was mad. It was very cold, but um, I think what I really realised yesterday was that what I really need is a bit of self compassion and to really, because there's three components to self compassion. There's that, first of all, is that noticing, that mindfulness of, oh, this is what's happening. And that's really what was missing for me for a while, was a sense of really connecting to how I was actually feeling. And the second component for self compassion is offering yourself the same kind of kindness that you would to somebody else, that sense of love and care for yourself, friendliness to yourself. And then the final bit is actually around that takes it out of being self pity or self, sort of, it makes it more compassionate, is actually to connect to, hi Jemima, connect outwards to the suffering of other people, to really recognize ourselves as people, that we all suffer, that there's this kind of connectedness to with all of us, with the way that we suffer and how we feel. So we're going to do a practice today, which we're going to use. Hi Ali, such a jangled day. Yes, very jangled. That's a good word for it, jangled. And we're going to do a practice that's inspired by somebody called Kristen Neff, who is a really, she's a researcher who researches compassion, and she's really, if you look her up, she's written a couple of books, some really interesting work. And this practice is work where we breathe compassion in and out. So we breathe in compassion for ourselves, and then we breathe out compassion to somebody who's struggling. Maybe it's somebody you know closely, or maybe it's a family member. But and as we go through the practice, it might be there's times in the practice where you need more of that compassion, or it might be that they need more, and we're just going to use our breath as an anchor for our compassion. So and the breath is such a lovely way of bringing us back to our body and that mindful sense of, what am I actually experiencing, which, as I said, is that gateway to self-compassion. So that's me on our practice today, and hopefully it will hit the spot for you and give you a sense of being able to just be kinder to yourself and allow the feelings to be there, whatever they might be. So we'll just close down our eyes, and I'm just going to check my headphones are actually working. No, they're not connected, so I'll make sure you can hear me properly. Closing down the eyes and just finding that comfortable position, whatever feels comfortable for you today, lower back supported, and just really coming home to your body, bringing that awareness to the feeling of your feet on the floor or your seat on the cushion, noticing any internal sensations that you might be feeling right now. Maybe you notice the feelings in your belly, your heart beating, your breath rising and falling. And just see if you can remind yourself, as you bring that awareness to your experience, that we're bringing not just awareness to what's happening in our body and our mind, but also a loving and kind awareness. The kind of awareness that we'd bring to a friend who was suffering or struggling in any way. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can even use a gesture that represents that caring, maybe a hand over your heart or your belly or wherever feels soothing for you, maybe even wrapping your arms around yourself. Just notice how your body responds to that physical touch. For some of us, we don't have much physical touch right now as we're physically distancing. We maybe miss the warmth of other people's hands, but just feel your touch.
And touch is one of the primary ways we feel care when we're infants. So there's a really primal sense when we touch ourselves in a kind awareness way. And you can feel free to leave your hand there or keep that posture through the practice, or you can put them down by your side, whatever's comfortable for you. And then we'll bring your awareness to the breath. Taking a few slow, deep breaths down into the belly. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. And then allow yourself to return to a normal, natural rhythm of breath. And if your mind's already started wandering, just gently bring it back and set an intention to be right here. I'm exactly where I planned to be. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. This is it. This moment of compassion and presence is all that's real. And then gently bring that mind back to an awareness of your breath. And just resting your awareness wherever your breath is most obvious, maybe the lower belly, maybe the air entering the nostrils or the mouth. And just allow a sense of the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And recognize that with each breath, each in-breath, you're nurturing yourself. So pay particular attention to the inhalation. Notice that as you breathe in, you're giving yourself what you need in this moment. You're nurturing yourself with each in-breath. If you're struggling in any way in your life, breathe in some other quality that you need. Maybe kindness or love or compassion. Whatever you feel you need right now, breathing in that quality with each inhale. Perhaps there's a word that rests easily on each in-breath. Love, care, kindness. A word that represents what you need. Or perhaps it's more of a general feeling, a golden light, a quality of warmth. Just whatever resonates for you. Just allow yourself to really receive something good for yourself with each inhale. And then with each exhale, send compassion to someone in need. So as you breathe out, bring to mind someone you know or who you're aware of who's struggling and needs compassion. Allow their image to arise in your mind's eye as if they're with you, directing your out-breath to them, sending them what they need in this moment. Kindness, love, compassion. Again, it might take the form of a word that gently rides on your exhalation, a feeling of warmth, an image of golden light. With each out breath, send something good to this other person who's struggling. Acknowledging that you as a human being struggle, as does this other person. Breathe in something good for yourself, like compassion and kindness. Breathe out something for this other person. In and out. One for me, one for you. In for me, out for you. And if your mind starts to wander, you can refresh the image of yourself or of the other person in your mind's eye. Maybe putting your hands back on your heart to physically connect you with that sensation of care. Breathe in the ease of compassion for yourself and out the ease of compassion for the other. And sending compassion where it's needed the most. So if at any point your attention is drawn more to your own struggle or suffering, feel free to breathe in and focus more for yourself. Perhaps 3 for me and 1 for you. Or conversely, if the other person is drawing your attention more strongly, you can focus more on the out breath, sending out the compassion they need. Or just let your breath be an equal, easy flow. In and out. In and out. Like the waves of an ocean. A limitless, boundless ocean. Enough for me and enough for you. An ocean of compassion. Let yourself be fully absorbed by the breath of compassion. Breathe in and breathe out. Compassion in, compassion out. No limits or boundaries. You can hold your own suffering fully, and you can also hold the suffering of this other person in the vast, limitless ocean of compassion. Ride it like the waves on the ocean, in and out. And if other beings or people come to mind who are suffering, or even groups of people, from this place of limitless, boundless compassion, you can breathe out for them as well. There's no need for separation. You can let this ocean hold all suffering in love and compassion. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And you can release your focus on the breath now. You can widen your lens to take in your whole body, feeling the room around you, taking in the sounds around you, and also allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling in this moment, to be exactly as you are. This belongs. Slowly returning movement to the fingers and the toes. Just gently blinking open the eyes. Just taking a moment to sit with that compassion before heading out into your day, and hopefully feeling just a little bit lighter, and knowing that we're all connected in our suffering as well as in our compassion for each other. And I will see you all. And for those of you who are joining me with the lockdown meditations, it's our last one tomorrow of the lockdown meditations, and it's at 7:15 tomorrow morning. Now, I will be emailing you and letting you know, and I've had a couple of people ask me if it's possible to continue meditating with us, and of course that's possible. So I will email you details of how you can do that. So have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in the morning. Take care.